Hello everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Of course, I'm Diego, and today we're going to start talking about Legally Blonde, your favorite rom-com chick flick, piece of crap. Yeah, I said it, that you love so much. I know this movie has a lot of fans. That's the reason I'm reviewing it. Okay, if you look at the movies I've already reviewed, I reviewed some of the biggest ones here. Okay, Pretty Woman, Breakfast at Tiffany's, The Notebook. Oh God, what an abortion that was. Thelma and Louise, League of Their Own, Romeo and Juliet, the Leo DiCaprio one. All right, what else have I done here? I just finished Mean Girls. Okay, I reviewed that that abortion as well. Okay, and I even reviewed the damn Barbie movie. Okay, Barbie, the one from last year. I reviewed that piece of turd too. Okay, so yeah, so I got a good handle on these chick flicks that you love so much. I know you love them so much. All right. So it's this genre. I get it. You know, I've got nothing against the genre. I think more power to you. If you love these movies, it's fine. I mean, everyone's got to love something, right? You know, and the only reason I review these movies, okay, is because I never see anyone talk about these movies the way I do. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, me personally, from my own experience in life, you know, I don't go around telling girls what I think about their movies, okay? Because whenever I do watch them, most of the time, they're crap. They're crap, and I'm not going to tell a girl I'm dating that her movie is crap, because then she's going to equate that to, oh, so you think I'm crap too for liking it? That, you know, you see what I mean? So you're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna get laid that way, okay? So I just keep my opinions to myself, okay? But I do notice a lot of times, because I've spoken to lots of women, okay? Especially when Sex and the City came out. Oh my God, man, every girl I knew at work, at school was watching Sex and the City, and we were always talking about it, and I was the only straight guy in the conversation, you know? And I offered a point of view that they didn't even consider, okay, that they didn't even think about, okay? Because, you know, Sex and the City, you know, it wasn't very realistic, okay? And I've reviewed every episode. It's on this channel, okay? But for those of you who hate me for saying that, I mean, it was realistic as far as the women are concerned. But as far as the men are concerned, those weren't men on that show. There were no men on that show. There might be like maybe three or four at most men on that show. There were no real men on that show, okay? Because the show wouldn't allow it, okay? Because it kind of takes away from the, you know, for the suspension of disbelief, you know, if they had any real men on the show. And that's the biggest problem I have with these rom-coms, these chick flicks. The men never act like men. Every once in a while they do, okay, but for the most part they don't, okay? It's been a big problem with this genre. It's the reason, ladies, it's the reason guys don't watch this stuff, okay? It doesn't matter what genre it is. If it's entertaining, it's entertaining. Guys are going to watch it, okay? Doesn't matter what genre it is, okay? But if you, you know, if you consistently make movies that make all men look like they're, let's see, they're stupid, or they're cowards, or they're evil, or a combination of those three, then, you know, it's just not gonna, it's not something for us. We're not saying you can't have it. It's just saying that we don't want to watch it. Okay, just like you. I mean, ladies, come on. Would you really want to see a movie where everyone was like this, where all the women in every freaking movie was like the Stepford Wives? Okay, wouldn't you find that a little bit offensive? Wouldn't it be like, well, where are all the real women at? This is crap. This is like a guy's idea of what women are. You see what I mean? You wouldn't like that either, okay? Well, the difference between you and me is they don't make movies like that for us, okay? But they make movies like that for you, okay? See what I mean? That's the difference. You know, if you wanted to make a movie that shows off how sexy a woman is, that's considered sexist. That's considered objectifying women. That's the male gaze. Okay, that's misogynistic. Okay, that's the patriarchy in control. You know what I mean? That's a woman being abused. You see what I mean? Whenever a woman being exploited for men's benefit. Okay, whenever a woman gets sexy for a guy, whenever a guy gets sexy for a girl, that's female empowerment. That's, yeah, girl, you get yours. You know, that's a woman in charge of her own sexuality, and you just can't handle it. You know, that kind of shit. You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's the hypocrisy there. Okay, and that's the reason most guys aren't like me. They're not going to talk about it. They're just going to say, oh, fuck it. Let the women have their shit. I'm going to watch my own shit. That's usually how it is. Okay, you know, but I think that if we're living in a society right now, at least in this country, okay, where it's not that way anymore. Okay, these beliefs, okay, are creeping into the everyday, you know, and they're trying to like this feminism, you know, like this feminism is, so, you know, feminism is all good and fine if you're making a fucking rom-com or a chick flick. That's fine, okay? Once you start putting feminism into like fucking science fiction action movies and stuff, well, whoa, wait a minute here, okay? Now you're crossing the line. Okay, now you're taking away the one refuge that we have. Okay, now I'm not saying it's good to show women being mistreated. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying women, any good sci-fi writer out there knows, or any action writer out there knows, okay, you're not going to make a good movie if the women are all dumb. You're not going to make a good movie if the women are all weak. Okay, we all know that. All right, we're not stupid. Okay, we don't want to watch a movie where all the women are dumb and need a man and are weak. We don't want that either. Okay, but damn it, once you start putting, you know, once you start writing all these stories where these women look like men, you know, and they're like, what, 5'8", you know, maybe 100 pounds, and they're beating the crap out of guys that are 6'5" and 300 pounds. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is stupid. And this isn't female empowerment. This isn't, you know, feminism. This is crap. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. You know, and that's what's happened. Okay, this whole political feminism shit has seeped over into the man spaces, you could say. Now you're starting to get some pushback. Now guys are starting to talk about it. All right, see what I mean? And I'm thinking like, well, since the men are finally discovering their testicles after a good 15 years or so, they finally realize that they're there. Okay, and more men are speaking out about this. I think it's time, that we're not going to be silenced. I think it's time that, you know what, ladies? You know what? Because I respect you so much, and because I like you so much, and because I honestly really want you to make better choices, okay, and make smarter choices in your life. Because of that, I'm going to level with you. I'm going to pay you the respect and talk to you with that way. I'm going to talk to you with the respect I would give another guy. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you how it is, and if it hurts your feelings, if you're offended, I don't give a crap. I really don't. I'd rather you know the truth than live in a lie. Okay, and they keep thinking the world is really this way when it's not. Okay, and one of the big cultural significant icons that I've seen are these rom-coms, these chick flicks. Okay, not necessarily rom-coms, but just movies that are marketed towards women. Okay, because they usually get it wrong. Okay, and if women are like me, and most of you are, okay, and when you're a kid, when you're impressionable, when your brain is a sponge and you're just soaking up all this information, when you're young, like I did, okay, it's very easy to believe some really stupid things. Okay, and if you grow up watching, chick flicks, if you're a teenage girl or a preteen and you're watching chick flicks, you're gonna grow up thinking the wrong things about men. Okay, just like, a boy like me, I was 11 years old, 12 years old. I'm over here watching Terminator and Predator and Rocky. I'm probably not going to get a very correct opinion about women. You see what I mean? So it works both ways. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to wake you up here. And ladies, okay, I'm going to tell you what guys really think about this movie, because I got nothing to gain by lying to you. I got nothing to gain by lying to you. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'll never lie to you. Okay, not on this channel. All right? I'm going to tell you, honest to God, how I feel about these movies from a straight man's point of view. Yeah, how about that? Okay, because no one else is doing it. No one else is doing it. Whenever you see these YouTubers, these big budget YouTuber guys, and they're reviewing movies, they do a 15-minute review or a 12-minute review, 11-minute review, whatever the algorithm says, okay? And they don't curse, okay? And they give you just an objective review of the movie, okay? Like, yeah, well, the cinematography was this, the story was strong, the director, this is his experience. Well, I'm going to give you all that information too, but I'm also going to tell you why this movie sucks, okay? It's not enough that I tell you what I think about this movie. I'm going to tell you why I think this way. Okay, now I'm not trying to change your opinion. I know you love this movie. I get it. I'm not going to take anything away from you for that. I just want you to maybe look at it from a different point. Look at it from my point of view. Instead of looking at it from you and your own girlfriend's or your gay friend's point of view, look at it from my point of view. Look at it from a straight guy's point of view. Because your boyfriend ain't going to tell you this. Your husband ain't going to tell you this. Your dad ain't going to tell you. Okay, these guys don't watch these movies, okay? And if they did, they don't want to offend you by telling you anything bad. Okay? Because, but I got nothing to lose. I'm going to tell you how it is. You want to know what a guy thinks about these movies? Okay, I'll tell you exactly what I think about them from a guy's point of view. Okay, that's what I do here. All right, and that's the difference between me and all the other YouTubers. Okay, I'm actually going to tell you what I really think about it from a guy's point of view. All right, from a guy who who's I'm not puffing my own Peter here or nothing. Okay, but I've had my fair share of ladies. All right, I've been on enough dates. okay? I've been on a lot of dates, okay? I know what works and what doesn't work, all right? Okay? I do. I'm old enough to have had that experience, all right? So maybe I want to give you a little bit of knowledge about what's realistic about this and what's not. All of you have seen a movie, okay, where the women don't act like women, like real women, okay? You've all seen those movies, maybe there's something your boyfriend watched or something, and you took offense to it. Oh my God, yeah, right, okay? Why do you think we feel when we watch stuff like Legally Blonde? This is crap, okay? You know, same thing like when I watch Sex and the City, this is crap. Now, I enjoy Sex and the City, but not for the reasons you think. It was entertaining, but it wasn't realistic, okay? That's the difference, okay? A lot of you women seem to think it's the same thing. It's not. It's not, all right? Star Wars is entertaining, it ain't realistic, okay? Spider-Man is entertaining, it's not realistic, okay? Legally Blonde, I mean, maybe it's entertaining for you, but this movie tells you to check your brain at the door, to be an idiot and then enjoy the movie, okay? So that's what I did, okay? So I can get the full effect of this movie, okay? I'm gonna pretend I'm a fucking dumbass and I'm gonna watch the movie and see if I'm entertained. So far, not so bad, not so bad. I've seen worse movies than this, okay? But I'm gonna break down the beginning scenes and go through the whole movie, okay? And tell you what I find realistic and what's not, and what a guy would do, what a guy would realistically do, as opposed to what, you know, a gay guy writing a screenplay for a bunch of horny fucking women would do, okay? That's the difference, all right? All right, so anyway, I'm Diego. I'll give you a straight man's point of view. That's what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to finally tackle Legally Blonde. All right, so here we go. Let's start off with the very beginning of the movie. Last video, I gave you a little background about Reese Witherspoon, the director, the cast members, all that kind of stuff. I can go through that again. Let's just start off with the beginning of the movie, okay? So I told you that this movie was based on a screenplay written by Amanda Brown, based on her own experiences going to Stanford Law School, okay, and how she was treated by the other girls. You know, how they're all like feminists and shit, you know, and all about fucking, you know, kill the patriarchy. And here she was, just a girly girl, wanted to have fun, you know, and she thought like the way they were treating her were rude. So she wrote about it. She shopped it around. Nobody bought it. Nobody wanted it. But she was smart enough to type it all out, okay, in pink paper. Okay, pink Xerox paper. Okay, so when people threw it in the trash, someone noticed this script that was in pink. And they picked it up and they read it and they liked it. Next thing you know, they started optioning, you know, they started trying to sell this thing to other studios. She got an agent, that kind of thing. She eventually did get the book published. By the time the book actually got published, the screenplay had already been written. The rights had already been bought by MGM. So boom, okay, the movie was already in production, okay? So that's kind of what happened to her, okay? She took her own experiences going to Stanford Law, okay? All right. So, the movie begins with a telegram being delivered, okay? And like I said, the very beginning of this movie, they're asking you to check your brain at the door. You got to accept that you're in fucking Barbie land. Just like in that movie Barbie last year, okay? Where nothing is realistic. Everything is bright colors. The girls all wear pink, you know, and teal, you know, and yellow and, you know, and shit, you know, like the girly fucking colors, okay? That you see in a fucking Barbie set. Okay, that's what these girls are wearing in real life, okay? That's the tone they're trying to set here. Okay, a telegram's being delivered. You got some hot girl, college-age girl on her bicycle, deliver telegram, because all the guys, you know, are, you know, they stop everything they're doing to look at a girl and all jerk off at the same time. Because that's what we do in real life. We just stop everything that we're fucking doing to look at a hot girl, okay? Like, we got nothing else going on in our lives except for that, okay? That part is realistic. All right, and if you believe that, I got a bridge I want to sell you. But anyway, that's what happens here because the script demands that it happens. So this girl, she's getting oogled, she's getting, she's getting, eye raped by every guy out there, okay? She finally makes it to the sorority house, okay? So they're in a college town. The university of that is CULA, which obviously is a fake university, okay? But it was filmed, these scenes were filmed at USC, okay? These scenes were filmed at USC, okay? I've been to USC, my fucking older brother graduated from there. You know, I've been there, okay? I'm not that impressed, okay? But anyway, I just don't like California. LA is just so fake, all right? But anyway, so yeah, so the telegram being delivered to her, it's a letter, okay, to Ellie, okay, and it says Ellie and Warner on there, okay, Ellie and Warner. So I'm guessing Ellie is the Legally Blonde girl, that's Reese Witherspoon's character, Ellie Woods, she's the main character, and Warner, I'm guessing, is her boyfriend, okay, her boyfriend, Warner Huntington the third, yeah, he's one of those guys, all right. So that's going on here, okay? And she's this girl, Ellie, when we finally get to her room and she gets the letter, okay? It's a very girly girl room. Everything's fucking pink and fucking beige. She got a fucking toy dog, okay, a purse puppy, as you will. She's got fucking neon martini glasses in her room. Like I said, it's a very girly room, very feminine room. But she's got Claire. There's a big ad there for Clairol. Okay, obviously they were a sponsor in this movie. Ellie, and we see her brushing her hair. We don't see her face yet. We see her brushing her hair, her blonde hair. Okay, she's shaving her legs. Okay, she's doing her nails. Okay, it's a sorority. Okay, she's a sorority girl. Like I said, CLUA, Kula. Okay, which I guess is California University of Los Angeles. Obviously, that's a fake school. Okay, she got stacks of Cosmopolitan magazines all over there because you fucking girls read that shit. I don't fucking know why. Okay, I mean, I have an idea why, but I don't understand how every feminist I know, especially in college, actually reads fucking Cosmo, because that's the anti-feminist shit right there. Okay, I remember this one time I was on a fucking train, okay, in Chicago, okay, and there was a guy and there was two people sitting down, okay, one was a guy, one was a woman, okay, the guy had a fucking Penthouse magazine. For those of you who don't know, Penthouse was a X-rated magazine. It had naked women in there, okay, you had to be an adult to buy it. All right, I know they don't exist anymore, but that's what it was. He was looking at a fucking bush. All right, right next to him was a woman who had a Cosmo magazine. Okay, and she had that open too. And I saw her look over at the guy sitting next to her, and she saw what he was looking at. He was looking at the fucking beaver, right? And this look of disgust came on her face, like, oh God, like, why I gotta sit next to this pervert? Even though he's just looking at a picture of a naked woman who's a hell of a lot better looking than she is. All right, I'd rather look at that naked woman than her any day, okay? But I noticed this because I was standing there, I was looking down, and I noticed the look on her face. Then I looked at her magazine, Cosmo, okay? And on the cover of her Cosmo, there was lots of article titles in there, but one of them was How to Win Your Man Away from His Wife. That was actually a title, and if any of you know that issue, please tell me what issue it was, because I like to buy it. Okay, there's How to Win Your Man Away from His Wife. Okay, How to Win Your Man Away from His Wife. Okay, she's reading a magazine with that on the cover. The other guy is not reading, he's just looking at pictures of a beautiful naked woman. Okay, now, which one of those two you think is doing more harm? Exactly, okay? But you're never gonna fucking see that, so I gotta call it out. Okay, like, what the fuck? Okay, one magazine is naked girls, the other magazine is how to fucking ruin a marriage? Like, are you fucking shitting me? That's Cosmo? What the fuck are you reading? It's crazy. I'd like to have a fucking magazine like that. The worst thing I ever saw was I used to read Maxim back in the day. It was a long time ago, okay? And Maxim was supposed to be like Cosmo for men, but it really wasn't. Again, it's sure as fuck. It's like LGBTQ now. But anyway, back then it was. It was Cosmo for men, okay? And I remember there was this article in there, how to pretend to be an FBI agent so you can get laid. And I was like, oh, come on. This is stupid. This is stupid, all right? Anyway, so I'm against those magazines that do that shit. All right, anyway. So, but of course, Ellie is not. She reads Cosmo, okay? So that's going on here, okay? The girls that are in this sorority, okay, like everything is pink. The girls in the sorority, they're all like doing fake dancing, It's like, so the opening shot, you see the girl coming in, the little telegram. All the girls are like in synchronization, doing like, I guess, dancing and shit. I guess it's kind of like not yoga, but like, I don't know, maybe Taibo or some shit, whatever the fuck was in that week back in 2001. Okay, these girls are all pretty. They're all slim. They're all blonde. And they're all fucking airheads, okay? Like I said, this movie expects you to be a fucking idiot to enjoy it, okay? I've been to sororities before, okay? And not all the girls are fucking airheads, and they don't all look like that, okay? But this movie expects you to think that, okay? All these girls are stupid, they're all pretty, they're all slim, okay? They're all blonde, and they're all fucking stupid as fuck, okay? And I don't like that. I don't like, because most women are not stupid as fuck. Yes, they do exist. I've met plenty. Okay, but most girls are not like that. This movie is expecting you to believe that all of them are like that. And then this movie is going to judge you if you assume that Ellie is like that too. You see what I mean? Well, what the fuck do you expect me to do? Her friends are all fucking idiots. Okay, they're all like the plastiques from fucking Mean Girls. They're all fucking idiots. So of course I'm going to think Elle is an idiot too. That has nothing to do with fucking judging a book by its cover. It's all about, like, they say, like, you hang around with dumbasses, you become a dumbass. Well, Ellie hangs around with a bunch of fucking idiot sorority girl, rich, idiot, blonde, skinny sorority girls. So what the fuck are you gonna think I'm gonna think about her? You see what I mean? It'd be like one guy hanging out with a bunch of gangbangers, and then I'm an asshole because I assumed he was a gangbanger too. No. Okay, this movie judges you if you assume she's an idiot, because it turns out she's not. Okay, but yet they surround her with a bunch of idiot women. So where's the feminism here? You see what I mean? Okay, so anyway, so she's just a dumbass. I'm assuming she's a dumbass girl because all the other girls in this fucking sorority are dumbasses. And yes, they are, ladies, okay? We'll get to that scene later, okay? So that's going on here, okay? And, the bathroom is crowded, okay? Everyone's blonde. Okay, the bathroom is crowded with girls in there. All got rollers. And were girls even using rollers in 2001? I do think that the hair iron had already been invented by the hair curler had already been invented by then. So anyway, okay, so yeah, all the girls are in the bathroom, so we all know that's very realistic too. Okay, it's crowded. Okay, there's Prada bags everywhere. Okay, the toy dog. Okay, Ella's toy dog is named Bruiser. That's her toy dog's name, Bruiser. Okay, remember that. Okay, Ellie is a parody. Okay, she's a parody of a rich, white, dumb blonde. Okay, she's a Barbie doll. Okay, she did this a good 22 years before Margot Robbie did it in the Barbie movie. Okay, so you can say Elle Woods, Reese Witherspoon was the original Barbie because she acts like Barbie, dresses like Barbie, the whole fucking thing. Okay, just like in the Barbie movie last year. Okay, so anyway, she thinks Warner, she tells her girlfriends when she gets the letter, okay, the telegram, it's from her boyfriend Warner. It tells her, hey, we're going to go meet, we're going to go have dinner at this nice restaurant. So Ellie assumes that Warner, her boyfriend, is going to propose to her now. Okay, that's what she thinks is going to happen. Okay, so she knows, and it turns out that she's very, very feminist. She knows all about shopping. It turns out that was her major in college, was fashion and merchandising. So she knows all about clothes. Okay, all about designers and how that shit gets sold. Okay, so she's very good at that stuff. Like I said, she's a girly girl. All right, okay, and she knows all about dresses. In fact, she knows more about dresses than the actual saleswomen that work in these expensive dress stores. Okay, and she calls one out. For some reason, I don't know why, but this sales clerk, she sees Ellie there and her sorority sister's there. They're trying on a dress. Okay, and for some dumb reason, okay, this woman who works at the dress store, for some reason, she decides that she wants to scam a customer who obviously has a shitload of money, okay, is going to scam her into selling her a second-rate dress at a first-rate price. Well, Ellie knows all about dresses. She knows this is an imitation dress, a fake, and she knows that the sales clerk tried to rip her off, okay? Why would any sales clerk, okay, do that? That makes no sense. I know the reason they put that in the scene in the movie is to show you that people are always assuming that Ellie's a dumbass when she's really not. I know why that scene is in the movie, but if you think about it realistically, a saleswoman who would try to scam a customer in a store like that, with a customer like that, would lose her job like that. Okay? You can't sell a second-rate dress at designer price. Okay? There's laws against that. Okay, you can talk a customer into buying a second-rate dress, but you have to charge a reasonable price. Otherwise, you're breaking the law. So the only thing this woman would have to gain is to prove to herself on a personal level how much smarter she is than this rich white girl that's there. Okay, but that doesn't work. Okay, from a retail point of view, from a business point of view, if you scam your customers, you're going to lose your fucking business. You see what I mean? And that never gets considered during this whole scene. Okay, you don't fucking scam a customer in your fucking store if you want to keep customers coming to your store. You see what I mean? You're going to get complaints. Okay, the word of mouth is going to spread and you're going to go fucking bankrupt. So that's what pissed me off about the scene. That this girl wanted so hard, this sales clerk wanted so hard to prove how much smarter she is than Ellie that she risked her own job. To do it, that's stupid. Okay, she gets nothing out of this. Okay. And the fact that none of that was even explained in the scene only exists because to show you, the audience, that people, they what do you call it? They assume that Ellie is an idiot because she's blonde and is all perky. Okay, you see what I mean? And it just makes no sense. They need to figure out a better way to communicate that message that people underestimate Ellie all the time without an unrealistic scene like this, where a person, you know, I mean, if I worked at a dress if I worked at a store, a boutique that sold dresses that expensive, okay, I sure as fuck would not be trying to scam my customers. No fucking way. Okay, not only would I get fired, okay, but nobody else would hire me to work in a store like that. You see what I mean? So the scene makes no sense. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, yeah, so they're doing all that. Okay, anyway, Warner, That's her boyfriend. He shows up, okay, all dressed nice. He's got the fucking Porsche, the convertible Porsche, okay, and he shows up there, and of course, he's the hot-looking guy. He's rich, tall, handsome, all that kind of shit. Anyway, he walks in there. All the girls in the sorority are all coming in their fucking skirts, or looking in their yoga pants, looking at him slowly into the room with his perfect hair, you know, like that, okay. So yeah, okay, and all the girls are fucking having orgasms looking at him across the fucking the hallway there. All right, yeah, so he shows up, okay, and he's wearing Armani, of course he is, you know, and all the girls are creaming in their pants, okay, and yes, as soon as that guy, the actor, by the way, his name is Matthew Davis. That's the actor's name. I've never seen him in anything else, all right? But anyway, when you see Matthew Davis as Warner, and then you see Reese Witherspoon show up right in front of him as Elle, you get to see the contrast between the two. And the first thing that I noticed, and I'm a straight man, but the first thing I noticed that he's better looking than her. That's how you know you're watching a chick show. When the guy's better looking than the girl. That's how you know. Right? Oh my God. I'm having flashbacks of 90210 now in Melrose Place. Oh God. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, but Reese Witherspoon's not that attractive. She's not. I tell you, she's average looking. In this movie, because she's younger and because she shows off her tits a little bit more, I'd probably give her a 7. Maybe, that's being generous, a 7. But I don't like her face, okay? She's got a chin like an elbow, you know? She's got one of those pointy chins, you know? Her cheekbones are way up here. Her forehead is these 2 big blobs, you know, underneath her hairline, you know? And then her nose is just, it caves in. That scene where you see her profile, it like caves in right here. And then it goes out. It just looks weird. It just looks weird. She's just not that attractive. I'm not saying I'd kick her out of bed. I'd have sex with her, okay? But she wouldn't be my first choice is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? So yeah, so she's just not that attractive, okay? And these girls, these extras that are in there, that play the sorority sisters, they're kind of pretty. They're prettier than her, I think, honestly. Okay, especially that one dumb blonde one. Well, they're all dumb blondes, but the one that she talks to, I don't remember her name, and I don't care. I did recognize the one brunette. That's a sorority sister. Okay, the one I recognized her from Waiting. That movie, was it called Waiting? The one with Ryan Reynolds was a waiter. You know the one I'm talking about? I think Anna Faris was in it too. Waiting. They play waiters at like this Bennigan's type restaurant. Okay, she was in that. Okay, she was the waitress that was real nice to the customers, was a real fucking bitch behind their back, you know? I recognized her. I don't remember her name, but I recognized her, okay? She's one of the sorority sisters here, okay? So there's that, okay? And, yeah, so that's going on. He meets with her. All the girls are creaming their pants. They're all jealous, okay? You know, and then they spray her off, okay? Yeah, they spray her off. What I mean by that is, you know, she greets her boyfriend, she turns around and her girlfriend like sprays shit on her. And then she leaves with him. Now, first of all, this is a date, right? Why the fuck would all the sorority sisters like stand there waiting for her boyfriend to show up and pick her up? They're just standing there and looking at this. Like, what the fuck? Does that happen in real life? Because that's never happened to me. And I've been to plenty of sororities. Okay? So what the fuck? All right? So anyway, so that's going on. They go to dinner at this nice restaurant. I don't know what it is, okay? At dinner, she thinks that he's going to propose, so she jumps the gun and says yes. And he says, like, no, I was going to say we need to break up. Okay, so now she's losing her shit, okay? He says he needs to stop dicking around. What do you think you were doing with her, okay? He needs to stop dicking around. He's going to Harvard this year, okay? And he wants to be a senator someday. He wants to be a senator by the age of 30. So I'm guessing he's like 22, 23, you know? And he says, like, I need to marry a Jackie, not a Marilyn, okay? I'm going to call bullshit right there because despite all these negative things I've said about the character of Ellie, okay, Ellie so far is not a whore, okay? She's not a whore, all right? Marilyn was a whore, okay? Marilyn was a whore, all right? So there's a big difference between comparing Ellie Woods to Marilyn. Don't make that comparison. They're not. Okay, just because Ellie is kind of a ditzy, girly girl and so was Marilyn doesn't mean that they have the same character. Okay, they might have similar personality type. They don't have the same character. Okay, Marilyn was a whore. Okay, it's not all her fault. I mean, she was abused and she was a little girl. You know, everybody took advantage of her. All the men in her lives that were supposed to protect her took advantage of her. You know, and she just carried that on. Okay, I mean, you get to an age where you are responsible for your own actions. But for her, sex was very transactional. She gave sex in order to get something. Okay, she gave sex in order to get a movie role. She gave sex in order to meet a producer. She gave sex in order to get invited to the parties that where the big money players would be at. She gave sex in order to, you know, be part of these, part of an entourage. She gave sex in order to get a man to commit to her. She gave sex in order to, you know, get her lesbian acting coach, you know, to give her free lessons. Okay, so that's what she was. She was a very transactional woman. So don't compare someone like that with Ellie. Ellie hasn't not given me those vibes yet. All right. So no, I'm not going to call Ellie a slut unless I see evidence of it. All right. And so far, she seems to be a good girl. Okay. Yeah, she's very hyperbolic, very, you know, full of estrogen all the way, but she doesn't come across as a whore. All right. Anyway, so that's going on here. Okay. So when he breaks up with her, she starts squealing. She starts squealing like a fucking dog. Okay. Like a fucking pig, an animal. Like that. But longer and louder than I just did it, okay? Well, of course, it's making a scene. It's a nice restaurant, you know, whatever, okay? And she makes a scene, okay, like squealing like a dog, okay? And Warner calls her, his nickname for her is Pooh Bear. Hey, Pooh Bear, come on. Come on, Pooh Bear, don't do that. You know, that kind of thing, okay? You know, and so she starts crying, you know, whatever, okay, and then she leaves. She walks out of there, okay, makes a big scene. She storms out of there, okay? Now her mascara's running and all that kind of shit. So he tells her, hey, yeah, you go get the car. I'll pay the check, you know? Anyway, so he's driving in his Porsche there, his convertible. Okay, she's walking down the street. And he's following her in his car. He's asking, hey, come on, Elle. Come on, Pooh Bear. Let me give you a ride home. Don't walk. And she's like, no, leave me alone, you know? And so that's going on here. Okay, she refuses a ride home, you know, and then Ellie tells her, hey, listen, I grew up in Bel Air. I grew up across the street from Aaron Spelly's house. Okay? I'm not exactly white trash. Well, I'm glad you said that, Ellie, because now I realize that this movie, the conflict here is about one super rich white girl from Beverly Hills, from Bel Air, one of the most expensive zip codes in the world, okay, California, is having romantic trouble with her super rich millionaire boyfriend from New York, the Hamptons. So it's basically super rich white East Coast versus super rich West Coast. Who am I supposed to feel sorry for here? You know? And why would Warner think that a girl who grew up in Bel Air is white trash? He wouldn't think that. So why would she say that? The reason I think, because clearly he's an asshole, okay? The reason I think that he wouldn't want to be with her is because he's embarrassed. He would be embarrassed to be with her, okay? But if he really was her boyfriend, if they were together for however many years they were together, he would know that that's her personality, but that's not who she is on the inside. On the inside, she's a good girl, okay? He would know that, all right? But for some reason, he doesn't know it. Why doesn't he know that? Why would he date a girl for so long that she thinks that he's ready to take the next step? I mean, she wouldn't think that if they'd only been dating for a few months, right? It'd have to be at least a year or more they'd have to be dating, right? For her to make that assumption. Because even though she acts like an idiot, we know that she's not an idiot. Okay? So why would she think that they're that serious, that he's that serious about her? You see what I mean? The only thing I can think of is that he's embarrassed by her. He's embarrassed by the pink leather that she wears, the purse puppy that she carries everywhere. Okay, the pink sunglasses. Okay, the way she's all like hokey dory, you know, to everybody. Okay, he would be embarrassed by that. Okay, because she does act like a Barbie doll. She acts like a little kid, like a little girl in public. Okay, that would be embarrassing. Okay, that's the only thing, but she's not a bad person. That's the only reason I can think of that this jerk off would not want to commit to her. Okay, that's the only thing I can think of. All right. So it's not because of her social status. She's just has just as high social status as he does. Okay. Anyway, but he does name drop that his brother is about to marry a Vanderbilt. Okay, yeah. So Anderson, I'm sure Anderson Cooper's pretty happy about that. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, you know, like I said, Ellie says that she grew up across the street from Aaron Spelling, you know, and Tori Spelling for that matter. Okay, I'm not white trash. You know, so like I said, it's a rich New Yorker versus a rich California girl. All right. So anyway, so marrying a Barbie doll wannabe, okay, would make him a joke. So that's what I think. He's embarrassed of her, okay? He doesn't want to marry a girl that actually acts like a Barbie doll, okay? Okay, she's heartbroken about this, okay? And he's clearly full of himself, all right? Clearly, okay? And like I said, I call bullshit on this, okay? Because she wouldn't have gotten with him if he acted this way during their relationship, okay? She would not have gone with him if he acted this way during the relationship, okay? He comes across as a total jerk. I can only imagine he must have come across that way when they were together, okay, before this scene. And if he did, she never would have been with him. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense, all right? And if he did start off as a nice guy, but he became a jerk, why did that happen? I want to know. Like I said, men are three-dimensional too, not just women. But we don't get any of that here, all right? So why did she think that he would marry her? That's what I don't understand. If he's an asshole, why would she think in her mind that he was ready to commit to her? That's what I don't understand either, okay? All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of Legally Blonde. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.